Hello, this is the English video for the Crochet Brain, but before we start, I wanted to say that this is my first tutorial, so if you have questions or clarifications, you can ask it in the comments. This video is not entirely beginner friendly because I will not be teaching how to make magic ring or single crochet or stuffs like that. This is more of a guide to demonstrate the technique for making the brain. You are free to sell whatever you made out of this video because at the end of the day, this crochet piece is too manual and it is still based on your skills. Perhaps just give me credits when you posted your work. Okay, so let's proceed. These are the materials that you will need and this is the pattern for the base. You can just screenshot this and I'll meet you after round 12. After round 12, you have to slip stitch on the next stitch and chain a long chain. Do not cut it yet from the yarn ball. This will serve as the wrinkle of the brain. After that, you can search for a picture of a brain and copy how the wrinkles or folds are done. But if you want to copy this exact one from my previous work, here are the photos from all sides, or you can just fold it your way. For this one, let's try to follow my previous work. To do this, all you have to do is fold the chains this way. Hold it in place and put a pin in it. Just repeat that process until your desired outcome. We're not going to use the fabric glue yet. We're kinda doing a whole layout first. When the chain ran out, just chain it again. If you need a rule to follow on shaping the wrinkles, I guess we can just stick to the facts that the brain has left and right hemispheres. The divide doesn't really need to be straight as long as you can show that you have left and right side so that it will look more like a brain. As you can see here, I started to fold the chains just on the left side so we can emphasize that it's kinda divided. After doing all the wrinkles, your work would look like this. And as you can see, we have the divide here. If it doesn't look like a brain yet for you, you can redo it because that's why we only use the needle pins. But anyway, you can just trust the process and it will look better once you apply the eyeshadow. Once you're satisfied with how it looks like, we can start using the fabric glue. I don't really advise using glue sticks because it's too big for this project and it will be too messy. In applying the glue, we will start on the last needle pin you placed. Let's just remove that one and with the glue, trace where you removed that part. Then place it back there and put the needle pin back as well so it will hold that fold in place. After applying the glue and leaving it to dry for a while, you can start removing the pins. Just be careful on removing it so that no wrinkles come loose from its place. But if that happens, you can always just apply glue again. Now after all that, we're going to make the handle part. Don't mind the pins I have on this one. I just place it so I can work properly with the chains. For the handle, I just pick up the end of the chain and chain it again. The length is up to you, but remember that the chain will be folded like this and that will be the handle of the brain. Once you reach your desired length, make sure to leave a long tail before finally cutting the yarn. You need to leave enough tail to use it to knot the handle part and to close the whole thing. After that, grab your needle and remember when we decrease on round 12, we did not totally close that round and there are still holes. You will insert your needle there, but if you can see it, just insert the needle anywhere as long as it's at the bottom. The needle must go through the top part like this. Ensure that it's in the middle area. Then insert the needle back on anywhere closer here. It should go through the bottom again like this. You will not pull it all the way, just like this shown in the video. To secure the handle, we will insert our needle again. Make sure you will insert it on a separate hole. It should go through somewhere near the handle. Then just turn that excess tail onto your handle as shown on the video. I did it at least 3 times, but it's up to you. Once you're satisfied, insert your needle in the middle of the handle and the turns that you made. It should go through anywhere here at the bottom. And there you have a handle. Now, we're going to finally finish the whole brain. If you know how to hand sew, the way you end your stitch there is the same way you will close this crochet brain. But if you don't know how to, I'll show you the way how I do it. You'll have to insert your hook anywhere here. Don't pull it all the way. Okay, so let's remove these pins first. So now you have a loop here. Let's call this a loop. Then you have a tail. The tail is the one attached to your needle. You just have to insert the tail into the loop but don't pull it all the way. It should look like this. The tail has its own curve here. Just pull the curve and as you pull it, the loop must be getting smaller. This process will create a new loop. Just repeat that process until you reach your desired security. So here, just insert the tail into the loop, don't pull it all the way. A curve will form here and we're just gonna pull the curve slowly. As we pull it, the loop must be getting smaller. Then a new loop is formed again. I did this at least 3 times. Again, this is the tail. Insert it into the loop. Pull the curve until the loop is gone. And since this is the last fastened off I wanna do, instead of inserting the tail into the loop again, I will just pull it all the way. Before cutting the excess tail, I will just insert the needle anywhere and let it go through anywhere on the top and cut it. When it comes to applying the eyeshadow, I choose a color darker than the yarn I used for creating the brain. Here, I use light pink for the yarn, so I choose to use a red eyeshadow. For the brush, use something flat like this or anything smaller, because you will apply the eyeshadow on the crevices. It'll be challenging and messy if you use a bigger brush. In applying the eyeshadow, you can start anywhere. You're gonna apply it here in the middle of the folds. It will give an effect that will make the brain looks more like a brain. Here, as you can see, it looks much better with the eyeshadow. It looks more alive because it has the blood. Unlike this other side, which looks too plain and you can't even distinguish the wrinkles. We're also applying some here at the bottom of the handle so it will look like the blood is rushing there as well. And there you have your very own brain. So compared to my previous work, the new one looks smaller, but really it's just the same pattern. The yarn I used this time is just too thin from the previous one. If you ever encountered this and wanted a bigger crochet brain, you can just always modify the base. You can add here after the round 5. You can make the round 6 with 4 single crochet and then an increase, and you can also add the rounds for the single crochets. Instead of just 3 rounds, you can do 5 rounds. It's all up to you really. At the end of the day, the base is just a circle anyway, so you just really need a lot of patience on this one, but it's really easy if you just start doing it and don't stress about it. I'm pretty sure you can do this.